Hey everybody, this is Steve Moore, owner of Run More, a brick and mortar running shop here in Carroll County, Maryland. Also one of the top 50 running stores in the country. So we are in new shoe season, so we have a lot of new stuff coming out, so make sure you tune in and see all the reviews of the new stuff that's hitting the streets in 2020. Today we're doing a review on a brand new shoe from the brand Altra called the Altra Viho. If you're not familiar with the brand Altra, they were founded about 10 years ago out in Utah. We've been an Altra dealer since 2014, and the brand has really grown in popularity since we started carrying them, and it's been really fun to sort of see all the new models that have come out since we opened. And their claim to fame is a couple things, one being their foot-shaped toe box, which really allows your toes to display and get proper circulation through your feet, and is just super comfortable anyway. And they're also built on that zero-drop platform with your heel and your toe being on the same platform and still having a nice arch to it. So this shoe just came out in February of 2020. I get to see shoes before they come out to market, and I saw this shoe last year and we were definitely excited about it. We book shoes based on what we think is going to carry in the store, obviously, but we try to book more on a shoe that we think is going to do better than other shoes, and we really booked this shoe heavy. We really had a feeling this shoe was going to be a success. And so far, in just the couple days it's been here, it's been a really popular model. And sometimes it's really hard to know before a shoe comes out if it's going to have any success because there isn't any type of precedence for it. But just what they were trying to do with this shoe and the type of customers we got here at our running shop, we thought this shoe would be a really popular fit, especially for people that maybe have been hesitant to try Altra or were just curious about the brand. We thought this model would be a great intro shoe for people that are curious about it. So what makes this shoe different from other Altra shoes? This shoe, first off, comes in weighing 10.1 ounces on the men's and 7.4 on the women's. So to put that in perspective, if you are familiar with Altra shoes, their most popular road shoe, I'd say, is the Torin. It's like their everyday medium cushion. It's sort of, not to compare it to other brands, but like it's their bread and butter. It's their Brooks Ghost. It's their you can do a little bit of everything in type shoe. This shoe comes in at 9.4 ounces and about 7.1 on the women's. So this Viho does weigh more than the Torin. Ironically though, even though it weighs more, I wouldn't go make this my marathon shoe, even though it's going to come in a little bit heavier than your everyday Torin shoe. It also doesn't feel as soft as a Torin. When you step into a Torin or a Torin Plus, you kind of feel yourself sinking into the shoe a little bit. It's comfortable, it's squishy. This shoe is not necessarily designed for that. It's a much denser feel under your foot. It definitely has a little bit more give and bounce to it because it is more dense and it's more rubber based. When you look at sort of the bottom of a Torin, you get some exposed foam in there, and it's definitely squishier and softer. It still has those same flex channels between both of them, but this is definitely softer and squishier, and you can push into different points on the shoe, and it has a little bit of give, a little bit of Nerf football feel to it. This is full rubber on the outsole here. It's much more durable, it's much more rugged, and thus it's going to weigh a little bit more. The whole shoe just kind of has a more sturdy feel to it. Because of this great traction, because it is a full-base rubber shoe, this has been popular for people that we've been pulling for that are maybe doing some gym stuff. We like Altra for gym stuff anyway because of that zero-drop platform, because it's really great for balance. Having your foot on that same platform and that same design is great for doing stuff that requires side-to-side mobility. It's been a really popular shoe for people that lift, people that are doing maybe some gym class stuff. All Altra shoes seem to be pretty popular in here, and we know there's a gym here in town that recommends people that come in and get Altras because of the way they're designed. This shoe is the Mac Daddy for that though, or maybe it's the Daddy Mac. It's one of the two, but it's really great traction and it's great for that side to side. The other thing about this shoe that's different from other Altras, while it is rounded, while it still has that great foot-shaped toe box, it feels a little more snug. It feels a little more secure around the midfoot. That seems to always be the point of contention from Altra folks that maybe have had a previous generation of a shoe and maybe the new one doesn't feel quite as wide. Maybe people that were in like the 1.5 Escalante, for example, that went to the 2 felt like it snugged up. And we definitely had people that even felt like the newer Timp feels a little more snug than they were accustomed to in previous iterations of it. This shoe is definitely a little bit more snug. I don't consider it tight. I find this to fit my foot just right, and I can see why this would behoove me if I was doing something side to side more so than like the Timp, which definitely has a little more flexibility through the whole upper on it. This just fits your foot really well. And because it fits your foot really well, not only is it great for doing side to side stuff, I was zipping around the store. I've been zipping around on the treadmill in this shoe. I feel really fast in it. It's a great shoe to put on and go out and run quick 5 miles in. I wouldn't necessarily want to go do 10 miles in this shoe, but I would make this an everyday fun shoe that I could run in for up to 10 miles would be probably my longest run that I'd want to do in this shoe. But if I was going to pop it on and go for a quick run around the neighborhood, this would be a great shoe to do it in. And because it is really comfortable and because it is sort of durable and rugged on the outside, if I was going to find that shoe that I wanted to take on a trip with me, I talked about that on a previous version of the Timp 2.0. This could be that shoe that you could take with you and you can walk around in all day. You can do a little bit of everything and then put it on and go run, go jump on the treadmill, do whatever you wanted into it. The other thing I really like about this shoe, it feels like it has a little bit of almost a metatarsal pad through the forefoot here. I took out the insole and I rubbed my hand through it. It doesn't have one there. It just feels like, and I've had conversations with customers that they can almost feel there's a little bit of a ball foot support there, which feels really good. I have really high arches, so I tend to gravitate and put a little bit more pressure on my forefoot when I'm standing or running, and this feels really good and supportive there. It just feels great underneath my feet. And the other thing I really like about this shoe, it's got a great price point. You know, for a shoe that feels as good as it does, it's $100. And Altra's had some shoes that are in that $100 and $110 range, stuff like the Solstice, stuff like the Cayenne, and they were great shoes, but they were much more like a racing flat. They were really minimal, they were really light, and the durability wasn't as great on them. I had a pair of Cayennes that I really liked, and they were like my workout shoe, and I loved them, but they broke down pretty quick. They were really exposed foam, they were really flexible, and they were fun, but I wouldn't make them my everyday shoe. This shoe at this price point can be that everyday shoe to get you into Altra. And again, it's a great opportunity for somebody who's sort of been on the fence and had some trepidation about going down to a zero drop shoe, or maybe weren't accustomed to that big wide toe box. The fact that it is a little bit more snug, it doesn't necessarily even have that big wide look aesthetically that some people are familiar with Altras. You know, like some of the first models of Altras that we had in 2014 and 15 were pretty ugly, to be quite honest with you, and people that already had just that idea of like, I'm not sure if I can get behind that toe box, even if it felt great, they would look down at their feet and they would do a lot of like, honey, do I look silly in this shoe? Does this shoe look dumb on my foot? You know, nobody that has put this shoe on has made any comment about the fact that it is more of a rounded toe box because it feels so good and it looks so natural on your feet. So it's going to be a great shoe for somebody that's looking to do an everyday walking shoe, a gym shoe, a light running shoe. Heck, because it's fully rubber on the outside, you can do a little on-road, off-road with this shoe. It's just great, all-encompassing shoe. For $100, this is going to be a great bread and butter shoe, and we were excited to bring it in. It's going to be great on the wall. It's going to be great in a couple different colors. So definitely something you want to check out if you are a fan of Altra or if you're curious and want to try the brand Altra out. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're curious about this shoe, any other shoe, hop onto our website and use promo code RUNMORE, and you'll save yourself 10% and get free shipping. And I appreciate everybody's support as our channel has been growing here. And please give this a like and subscribe. It really does help us in our little YouTube algorithm to find new people out there, to find our little brick and mortar store here. So thank you so much and enjoy, and we'll see you out there.